In this video, I'm going to talk about how to use the new HTML editor that I've integrated into the video to text tool inside of Tube Atlas. Now, this started in version 1.0.2.0. So I just want to quickly show you some of the features you can do inside of this. In the previous version, you didn't have this built-in HTML editor. Now it is just a basic HTML editor, so it doesn't do advanced stuff, but it does give you the ability to basically do some simple edits and formatting of the content you get in here. So let's go ahead and just show you an example real quick. I found a video here from J.R. Fisher, which has promoted some of my products before, and I've promoted some of his products. He's a great online marketer, and I highly recommend checking him out if you have never heard of him before. But anyhow, I'm just sticking one of his videos in here to show as an example. So what we've done here is we used the video to text tool to extract the subtitles from that given video, and here they are. And then the first thing we can do here is auto punctuate that content, because when it comes out as the subtitles, it doesn't have any punctuation. So I've shown this in a previous video. So this video is more just, I just want to show you the features here. So let's wait for a second while it chugs away and figures out the punctuation. So that's cool. So let's just talk a bit about all these little features here you see. Now I do want to say one new thing that you can see here is I've added this text box in here, which basically pulls the video title into a separate little box so that you can copy it and use what you want. That's just more of a convenience thing I decided to add in there. The previous version didn't have that. But let's look ahead at these different options. So like I said, this is a simple HTML editor now. So what you can do is things like change the font size, the background color of text, as well as the text color itself, and then the usual bold, italic, underline, strike through, and you can also remove font styling. And here you've got your kind of your headers, different settings there. You got your list settings, so you can do an unordered list or the ordered list with numbers on it. You got your alignments and your indent and outdent features. Then you got some of this stuff here where you can add a picture, link, video, add tables, horizontal line, and then your undo and redo. So quite basic. And most likely, a lot of people watching this video are kind of familiar with these kind of things in different editors. Like even Microsoft Word has stuff like that. So let me just show you how to use it real quickly. Let's say, for example, in this content here, I wanted to add a nice title. So you can actually just grab this if you want. You can copy here, and I'll just you can go right click and paste. And I'll just take J.R. Fisher's name out of there for now, just for example purposes, right? And I'm going to go ahead and work with this as some text. So let's kind of format this a little bit to make it look nicer. So one thing you can do is you can come in and you can change it to like heading 2 if you want, and maybe bold it like that. And you could select it and say I want to make it in the center of the page, so I can hit the paragraph and go center, align center like that. Now let's say, for example, I want to add an image in there. So you can do that as well. You can hit the image button, and I'll just choose one from my computer, or you can put a URL, like a link to an image on the internet. So let's just click here. I downloaded one real quick, and let's add that. And when you click the image, you do got some options. You can do full size, half size, quarter size. You can also float it inside the content if you like, something like that. So different things you can do. You can also add the actual video right in there. That's kind of neat too. So let's say underneath here, I want to add the video. You can just take the video link here, and I'm just going to Control C on my keyboard or Command C on your Mac. And you can click the video button and just go Control V, or just right click and paste if you want. And it'll insert that video right in here. You can actually play the video inside here as well if you want. So that's cool little feature. And of course you could add more images or content through here, or you can add tables. Let's say, for example, you wanted to add a table. Let's just add it in here for an example. I want a table, say with 3 columns and 1 row, and then you can add content in there. So let's just do something like this, just for show you how it works real quick. Just adding 3 paragraphs in here just so I can show you. So yeah, like I said, it's pretty basic editor here, but it does give you a bit of stuff to work with. Let's undo all that. You can also add horizontal lines in there. So hit the line, add a line in there for you. So that's cool. And of course, you can add a link. So let's say you want to add a link right to the video. Say something like, you know, watch the video on YouTube here. So you can select that, click link, have it open up in a new window if you want. And now we have the link there. So when you click it, you can edit, or you can click this here and it'll bring you up to YouTube. So that's how you can add a link. Now when you're like satisfied with the actual content, you're done editing and whatnot, what you can do is down in the bottom here, there's a copy button, and you can copy the plain text to your clipboard. So if you click that, and let's just open up a little text file and edit and paste. So you got all the content without any HTML at all. But if you go copy the source code, so then you'll get the HTML. So let's just select all and delete that. I'm going to right click and paste. And so now you have the HTML. Well, what you see here is an embedded image. So that's what that funny looking code is, but there's actual HTML in there. You can see here the break code. And you can see at the beginning there the image definition. There's an iframe for the video, but anyhow, that's how you can get the source code. There's also another way. If you click on show tools down here, you'll have access to some cool tools that I'll show in different videos. But for now, you'll see at the top, you've got toggle code. So you click that, it will actually toggle the content to show you the actual source code, the HTML code. So you can select it in here. You can actually, you know, modify the code if you'd like in here. You can add things that you would like. So, you know, if you want to manually add like an underline like so, and then when you go back to toggle, you can see I added the underline to how to. So anyhow, you can work with HTML right in here. And you can also like copy this. So you can select all. That's Control A on your keyboard or Command A on your Mac, and you can Control C and you can copy it to your clipboard or whatever you want to do. Now, like before in the previous version, I did have the search and replace and also the content spinner options here. So that didn't change. I actually improved the search and replace a little bit better with this tool. So it works nice now. So if you're looking inside here, you can see you want to change a bunch of words that were misspelled or something like that. There's nothing really showing up in here that's misspelled. Well, like t-shirt, for example. So you might notice on your Windows computer, you'll actually have little underlines here for misspellings. This actual component in here utilizes the Microsoft Edge browser and uses a JavaScript library that's available free on the internet. And that's kind of how this is working. So inside of your Microsoft Edge web browser, which automatically comes with all Windows 10 anyways, and Windows 11, it kind of has this auto correction built into it. So you right click and you can select your right, basically your dictionary here, your right spelling. That's what I'm trying to say. Unfortunately, I believe on a Mac, this may not be available because it's not using Microsoft Edge on your Mac. It's using a different browser thing, and it might not have that in there. So at the time of recording this video, I believe it's just on the Windows PCs that are showing the misspellings. Hopefully that will be added to Mac in the future. So anyhow, you can, you know, select this and just Control C and search and replace. And I don't want t-shirt like that. Say for example, I want to do t-shirt. So I can replace all. It found 2 replacements and changed it there. So that's pretty cool. So that's basically a little overview of how to use it. The last thing I basically want to show you here is when you use the file button, you do have the ability now to save this to an HTML file. So you can save this to HTML file and you can load it up later on if you want. So save it as content. Then if you clear this all out, file open, and we can get that right there. Now it's loaded back in. It's nice, it will remember the actual video link and the title. I'll put it back into those boxes for you if you save it using this tool. Of course, it will open up other HTML files that were created in other software, but keep in mind that this is a simple editor, and if you've got some advanced stuff going on in your HTML file, it may not look correctly in here, like special kind of divs and floating stuff and CSS files and all sorts of JavaScripts and very complicated things. Like Bootstrap, JavaScript library, like those things may not work properly in here. Again, this is just sort of a simple editor. But anyhow, those options are there for you now, and I believe it's much, much better than the older version. The older version here, you can see it was just a plain old Jane text box with no options whatsoever. So this definitely beefs it up, makes it a lot more user-friendly, and you can quickly create nice content, get the source code, and paste it out to your WordPress blogs or wherever you want to. So that's it for this video, and thanks for watching.